Hello and welcome back to ParanormalNL Podcast, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. That's PNL Podcast for short. I'm your host and founder, JV-Noseworthy. Thank you for tuning in to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 New Orleans and 105.3 FM out there in that Gulf. For tonight's UPRN segment number 22, I've got two special, make that three special guests from the UK and one from New York. Tonight, waiting backstage, who I'll bring on shortly. PNL Podcast is sponsored by the BOG team, a boots on the ground team doing local historical paranormal investigations in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. PNL Podcast believes in supporting international paranormal networking and highlighting global paranormal people, places, and things. If you'd like to be a guest on my show or have a historical or heritage building that you'd like investigated in Newfoundland, contact paranormal.nl.podcast@gmail.com. Now follow PNL Podcast and the BOG team on their link tree. Now let's get on with the show. Tonight I have on with me, all the way from the UK, we've got Mr. Tommy Cullum, and we've got Andy from the UK, and Nicole from New York. Welcome. How's everybody doing?
Excited.
Should I say welcome back, y'all? Now, for the folks on UPRN who haven't really been following PNL Podcast, because I'm new to UPRN, Tommy was on season 2 of PNL Podcast, episode 7, and he was on season 2, episode 41. And Andy, I think you were on season 2, episode 96. And Nicole, she was on season 2, episode 12, and season 2, episode 19. Sounds like I was busy in season 2. But let's get on with the show. I'm calling this show a paranormal party. I heard a rumor that somebody's got some vodka there. Andy, is that?
Andy, it's a drinking show.
Andy.
Tell me.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm not drinking it. I'm not.
And Nicole got the mixer somewhere. She got the orange juice. And Tommy's going to add some Dr. Pepper, I think.
I've got the Dr. Pepper.
We can make some jungle juice.
No, but the thing is, he's showing you a can of Dr. Pepper. You want to know what's actually in the can, because I don't think it's Dr. Ask him about.
Oh, that's just what he tells his wife. What's
giving away my secrets, brother?
We all know them. They're not secret, Tommy. They're not secret.
It's full of alcohol. Sorry.
That's what makes the show fun sometimes. Well, it is a party, so you know.
Nothing.
So who wants to start first for the people listening around the world who don't know who you are, don't know who your podcast is? Everybody's pointing at Tommy.
Me?
Come on, Tommy.
Okay. Oh, the other way.
Okay. So I'm Tommy Cullum from Let's Get Freaky podcast, paranormal show where we talk all things paranormal, ghosts, cryptids, UFOs, sometimes a little bit of conspiracy as well, and we get freaky twice a week normally. And you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and we're now on YouTube as well. And we love getting freaky, so come on over.
Yeah. Everybody loves getting freaky with Tommy.
Wow.
Tell his wife, okay?
Yeah. You get me in trouble, Jim.
Depends what they're drinking.
True.
Oh, jeez.
Nicole's dying over there. You want to go next, Nicole?
Sure. This is what I deal with all the time, by the way. When we do our specials.
Tell the truth. You got to whip it in there somewhere to keep them in order, right? Nicole is with Full Moon Paranormal, and she's also co-host with Andy.
Yep. So I am with Full Moon Paranormal. We are based out of Hudson Valley, New York, and we do monthly public fundraising events for historic places in the area. I am also the co-host of Alienate UK with Andy.
Andy, where's your alien, man? Where's your thing? Hold it up.
Oh.
Is it still alive or moving?
Well, it's still here.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Turn it all the way around. Do a 360. Oh,
is there other creatures in there now as well?
No.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah.
Tommy, right now. You've been
Little
drinking too much
tadpoles or
Dr.
something.
Pepper, man. No.
It's
I
like
think-
decaying in
Somebody
there.
get him the cacaffeine-free stuff.
Is there fish in there? Or was that me?
It's shedding its skin. I think it's growing. It's pushing the jar out a little bit. So
Gross.
It's, ugh.
gross.
I don't remember where you guys found it. You got it online, right? I think, wasn't it?
No,
But
so one
from-
of the viewers. So I'm from Manchester originally, and one of the viewers who still lives in Manchester. He messaged me and said, "Look, I've got this alien in a jar. Make me an offer." So I did. He accepted, and a couple of weeks later, I drove up and that's it.
Voila. Yeah.
And that's how
It changed your life, right?
changed everything. Changed the
Well, yeah,
show,
he
the
was
channel,
inspiration.
the concept, everything, including the tattoo.
Oh, wow. Congrats,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Put in
it.
the room.
Can never change it
Time.
now. That's it.
I'll chop my
That's
hand
for
off.
No,
life.
Again.
that's your logo for life, man. Show us your sticker. No?
Yeah, so everything is Alienate UK, and that's it. Everything. So I do the show. Tommy used to come on, but he decided that work and birthday parties were more important, so we binned him off.
I just love partying. I can't help
I
it.
know. So we do a Wednesday and a Friday at the moment, 8:30 p.m. UK time, 3:30 EST, 4:30 PST, and about 12 noon PST or thereabouts. That's it. Yeah. But we are dropping the Fridays as of the 18th, I think it is, of April.
April.
The Good Friday is the last one that we're doing on the Friday. So it's quite appropriate, really. And then we're sticking to Wednesdays because Nicole's out doing events and investigations. I'm going to be going out to events and go out investigating, but stay over. So I'm going to be going down to meeting Tommy in the spring.
But don't you guys do a show too together, a separate one besides?
We sometimes do.
Every now and again.
So I'm going to kick his ass about this.
Here we go.
So I'm going
What have you done? What have you done?
I'm going to be driving down to the Devil Dog Woods near where Tommy lives. So I'm going to be staying over at his. He doesn't know this yet.
No, it's fine.
I'm going to sleep in the haunted room. His house is proper haunted.
He's staying with me. We're
guys
going to
know.
top and tail.
Yeah.
Is anybody sleeping in that room right now, Tommy, or is it empty?
What's that?
Or
Sorry.
are you in the room now? Is that the room?
So this was my daughter's room originally when we first moved to this house, and they was having like terrible night sleeps, bad dreams, you know, and they were telling me what they were seeing and stuff, and I was like, because of what I've experienced, I was like, you know, let's get them out of that room.
Yeah.
And since they've been in a new room, they've been a little bit better, but I've obviously adopted the room as my studio. And some weird stuff happens. You know, I can't lie. Some weird stuff happens in there.
When you do podcasts, sometimes you get some weird glitches in that, right?
It's happened, yeah, quite recently as well.
Yeah,
and things that I can't really explain. Like there was like a white, how would you even describe it? It was like a white mist, and it just sort of went through the screen. And I, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe there's a logical explanation, and maybe there is.
And you weren't eating tacos that night either, right?
I wasn't on any Dr. Pepper.
That would have been a brown mist.
I didn't even see it. Because I put videos out onto YouTube and I don't look back at the videos. I only really like sort out the audio for the Apple Podcast and Spotify. So I never look back at like the video. So I was getting messages saying, look at minute 38, whatever it was. And you see this thing walk through the screen. And I've sent it to people that are good with cameras and stuff like that. And they say they have no idea what it is. They don't think it was a glitch in the camera, but you know, I don't know, but a lot of weird stuff has happened in this house as well.
I mean, a lot of podcasters had some legit weird stuff happen, right?
Mm,
I was doing an episode one time with Sam Beltrusis, and he didn't realize, but at the end of his show, I did an episode with Beyond the Haunting, but they were talking to him on their show, and Sam was on their show, and at the very end of it, this black thing goes. It was in Salem, I do believe, flew past behind them when they were on set. Nobody saw it, and then they rolled it back and said, yes. And I asked Sam about it. He said, that's the thing that follows me around. That's it.
Oh.
Whoa, yeah.
I have heard that he has something following him.
Mm-hmm. That was like a Hat Man interview.
Who's got them following him?
He has like some Shadow or Hat Man or something following him.
Yeah, he's related to the family that squat the guy. You know, who there was a bit of a history there on that, but you'll have to listen to Sam's episode. This episode is all about you all.
That's the thing. I do think when you look into the paranormal, it looks back. So us guys having these conversations, I do think you're sort of inviting it in a way. So I think that's why it happens. Yeah.
But also you're very open to it because you're going out and you know what to look for. So things that other people might dismiss, like, oh, you didn't notice that go across your screen. People in the paranormal notice things like that.
Yes.
I've got a question for you then.
Especially when they're doing live ghost hunts, right, Andy?
Yeah. So I've got a question. So you saying that we're open to it and we expect more. Do you think then the paranormal is a bit more lenient on us because of that? Because we have a better or higher understanding of what it is that we're actually doing, whereas people that just go out and get
When you
spooked.
say lenient, you mean nicer?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No.
I think it gets nastier.
Yeah. Well, they know that
Because we can take more.
And they know that we can sense that. Right, Nicole?
Yeah.
So my stuff's never nasty to me.
But Andy, it all depends though. Like, I mean, if you're respectful, I think it'll respect you. But if it's malevolent, it's malevolent. You know, it's not.
I think once you see something and you have an experience that in your mind you know this stuff is real, I think you're going to see more stuff without a doubt. I just think once you're open enough and you know there's more going on, that's why you experience more.
But is that like anything else? Like when you buy a new car and then suddenly you see that car everywhere?
Very true. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You're just noticing it more, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but have you noticed though, when you do investigations that they say, we know you, they say that to you. You are known. We know you. I get that a lot when we're doing investigations, and lately it's been more and more. It's a bit creepy because there's not a whole lot of our island is kind of small. But do you get that? Like when you go different places, do you come back and they're like, we remember you, or I know you, or
I've had it once.
We'll ask them. We'll be like, hey, we've been here before. Do you remember us? Can you tell me our names? And they'll do it sometimes.
Yeah. Then it gets a bit weird, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they just tell us to F off.
That too.
I've been cursed out by ghosts more often than I've been cursed out by living people.
when spirit boxes and things say your name, I find that wild.
Oh yeah.
And when they answer a question as well on the spot, you know, did you guys just see something then will go across my screen, or was that me?
No.
Am I getting paranoid? I'm probably getting paranoid. I thought I saw
too much Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I think it is.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
Now we've got to sit here and wait. No, but yeah.
But are you okay? Is everybody more afraid of aliens or more afraid of like spirit?
I'm not afraid of nothing.
There you go, Nicole. She's got her shield on. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of spirits. And I've only ever had one visual encounter with an ET, but it was the Nordic Palladian type. So
are they the friendly type? I can't remember. I know what they look like.
It was in a shopping mall outside McDonald's. So
and maybe it was Hungarian.
They was in another group, and it was a tall white woman, pure white skin, blue eyes, white hair. Skin was absolutely flawless, and she was about 6.5 foot tall, and you could see her above everyone else. I turned back with a group of people that I was with because he was deciding what food he was going to get. I turned around and said, "Yeah, we'll have whatever." Turned back and they'd gone. And where we stood, like at a junction, so you're coming through the door, McDonald's there's a bank there, then you've got the corridor that runs where all the shops are. Then you've got an outdoor bit, which is an outdoor food mall. And it's all pure glass all the way across. I would have seen them going in whatever direction. It's like, no.
Your camera just got super blurry.
It does that.
Don't ask.
Oh,
autofocus camera,
Okay.
so every time he moves
It
too
used to
much.
zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom
Oh,
out
that was fun.
All
On
right.
a
on
24-hour
the
show,
24
he was
hour.
testing out a new camera,
Right.
and so every time he like moved his hand or something, he goes, "Woo!" and he was so close.
Oh, I had a bit of seasickness by the end of that.
We were trying to make sure the alien wasn't sort of spirit standing in front of the camera.
Yeah,
But
but I
like, what do
think
you think about the theory, though, of stuff coming through to you? Like, for example, whatever's in Tommy's house coming through to us on ours, because we're all connected via, you
Mhm.
know, electrical whatever.
oh
What do
yeah,
you think about that theory?
I'd be out.
Sorry,
Go on,
Andy.
Tommy. No, you go first.
I was going to say, I think that happens. I think you can, if you. I've had it before. Where I've been talking to someone, and after the episode, it's a lovely person, by the way. I've got no issue with anyone that I talk to, but I've felt that the air has changed in my house. I'm like, I've brought something in here. I have felt that, and and it scares the out of me.
Yeah.
And I'll just pray, or ask whatever it is to leave, and I feel okay after that. I don't know what that is, but that's just me.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that coming from like even Nicole's or Tommy or whoever it is I'm talking to, just to
Mhm.
experience what it is that they're having happen with them.
Mhm.
Just as long, I need to make this completely clear, I can send it back just as quick.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep it forever. Just a few hours, a day or two.
You just
Yeah.
want to analyze it and see, what are you, or what is this?
Well, you got your
Yeah.
fairies. Andy has fairies.
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
us about that.
Oh, so we had there's Kate Hairgirl Ray, wasn't it? She'd been on.
Mhm.
And it was the first interview with her. And chatting about fairies and the fae and all that. And I believe I've had a fairy type encounter when I was out on an old rail track looking for the big cats of the UK.
Oh,
And this thing, it flew away, it looked like a giant stick insect, but its legs were thick, its back of it was crossed over. But like I said, it was flying away, but it was moving like that. And then it just gone into the trees. It's bigger than a bird, but too thin to be a bird and too big to be an insect. But because I didn't see all of it, I couldn't tell you what it was. Anyway,
so are you thinking more like a Mothman kind of thing?
no, it's only about so big, about
A baby
8-10 inches,
A wee one?
possibly. It didn't have, there's no feathers on it. That's why I thought it was a giant stick insect. But I know they're not native to the UK, but people do have them because you can buy them as pets. Anyway, so we've been chatting to Kate about that. I was telling her, and I got a clip of a video of one that looks very similar to the sort of thing that I look like. Anyway, it was like 2 days later. So I'm stood in the kitchen, dishwasher broke. So I'm stood at the sink and then got the window. There's only me in the house. The dogs that we were looking after, they was both asleep in the front room. So where the kitchen is, you come out behind and then go right, and that takes you to the hallway, to the stairs, and then outside. And the door directly behind me takes you into the dining room and the living room. So I'm stood there, washing up. Only a few little bits and pieces, so I'll do it before Becky gets in from work. And I heard, it just sounds exactly like Alvin and the Chipmunks, that laugh that they do. It was that.
Oh.
And it was coming from around either door. So you got one door, a bit of a cupboard, then the other door. So they're only 4 foot apart. The doors, one on one wall, one on the back wall. So it's like that, adjacent to each other. And it's from around the area. And I just went, oh, bleeping fairies. And that was it. But I know it was a fairy of some sort, 100%.
Now, fairies in our area are evil. Now, are yours evil too?
It didn't do it. It scared me because it did that little laugh. And I'm like, oh, no. That was it. And
We are
else.
recording right now in March, so do you have more of an uptick of the fairies in March in your area?
Supposedly, because we get what they call fairy circles, which are the toadstools and mushrooms, and then you get the bluebells start growing around this type of year, snowdrops, crocus, So they're all quite prominent around this time, and they say don't go into Bluebell Woods or Field on your own. If you do, be prepared to never come back. Pretty much.
Okay.
But so where I sit here, and everything is in arm's reach, the door, the light switch, everything. Yeah, I don't really have to move once I'm in the chair if I need to do anything in the studio. And I'll put something down, just like a shelf, just below the monitor. I'll put it on there, go to get something, come back, it's gone. Like, I haven't moved. I've put it there. I know where I put it because I put it there. Well, I got that. And then as whatever I put the two things I was using the two things together. It's like I've not been anywhere. I haven't. So I've looked on the floor in case it's rolled off and nothing's like, I'll give up. So I start doing something else. Look again, and it's there. It comes back.
It's like that trickster law, isn't it? That trickster.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything really malicious. It's just annoying.
Yeah, but there's no noise. There's no sound. There's nothing. I don't feel any energy when it's happening, but clearly something's happening. It's like, is my eyesight that bad that I've literally got tunnel vision? But it's like, I'll be like patting everything down and it is not there. And then it turns up a few minutes later.
Well, she told you, right, that you invited them in?
Yes.
By talking.
You did? You invited them in?
Well done, Andy.
Well, you invite them in by having a welcome mat at your front
You invited
door.
them in for a fish and chip or something, did you?
No, Dr. Pepper.
Tom, you're not going to live the Dr. Pepper down.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. So if you have a welcome mat, straight away you're inviting anything into your home.
I've got a welcome mat.
I don't. I have a go away mat.
I'm getting rid of it now, though.
You really?
Also, by having one of these on my lamp,
Wait,
on
what's
the
that?
lamp base.
Like a
it's
little
a door.
fairy
Oh,
door.
no. You have a miniature door.
Yes.
Where do you put that in your house?
So I've got like a rope lamp. So it looks like a rope, but it's tied up in a knot, and then you got the.
So they live in your plant
lampshade.
up there.
So I just put it. It just fits in the bottom bit of the base. So that's probably where they come and go. That's why stuff goes missing around here.
You never know.
Yeah.
Because it's when you talk to people that like see puckwudgies and things like that. I know that's like a different name, but it's a similar sort of.
It is.
Is it the same entity with just a different name in a different area?
Could be.
Yeah, and you talked about fairy tree circles. We got those here too, but they tell us, you're not supposed to say where they live, or they'll come and get you. They'll take you away. You're not allowed to tell them.
And you're not
where
supposed
they
to.
live.
Yeah, you're not supposed to whistle in the woods either.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We've got some weird stuff whistling on investigations. How about you, Nicole? Any weird stuff happen when you whistle at your investigations?
I don't whistle at my investigations.
You have a spider?
I do a lot of like, hey, can you repeat that? And then we get the knocking back. But I'm investigating ghosts and spirits in old houses. Like, Andy's out in the woods doing Bigfoot hunts and big
UFOs,
cats.
anything.
Yeah. I stick to dead people.
Yeah. Stick to dead people. Nicole, you want to tell the listeners any good stories you got?
So
Spooky
we were actually just on Friday at Burnbrae Mansion in Glen Spey, New York, and that was super, super active. We had all kinds of crazy like REM pod activity in one place on the stairs. We took the REM pod down, put a different one up to see if that would change it. But nope, it was just that one area that it kept going off. And there was 3 of them. I'm going to have to post the videos on TikTok later, but something we could not, everybody staring at it could not explain it.
Lots of REM pod activity.
Mm-hmm. REM pod, cat balls. Someone actually got pulled out of the closet there.
A cat ball got pulled out of a closet?
No, a person got pulled out of the closet. He got yanked out of the closet.
Did they have any marks in their arms or anything like that after? Or?
No. We also got a nail. Stephanie and myself got a nail thrown at us in the closet.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh.
Hope you had your tetanus shot.
It clanked on the floor next to us, and we're like, "What is that?" And then it was a little baby nail.
Oh.
Man.
So
I've just realised something. Sorry. So Tommy does a lot more cryptid stuff.
Mhm.
Nicole does a lot of the paranormal ghosts and spirits,
Mhm.
and I kind of diverted back to UFOs and aliens.
Wait, did you just realize that? Is that not
Right,
why you
listen.
made
Oh.
Ghost and Bigfoot and Alien?
Too
Well-
much. Maybe you
Well,
need
no,
to
I've
lie
just-
into bed again. No.
What's
Do you know-
an interest? Sorry, you go on.
I was just going to say, but it's the first time that us three have been on an interview for somebody else together. So I'm not having to concentrate on doing everything that Jen's doing now. I can relax and just sit here and chat. So
That's
as I'm,
right.
I'm
We're having a
thinking, and it's
campfire
like
party with Tommy.
cryptid, alien,
Ooh, what
spirit.
do you got coming out of your head there, Tommy?
I don't know.
Tommy,
Yes.
tell us a campfire story about Bigfoots.
Oh, a campfire story.
On the
Put me on the spot there, Jen.
Have a sip of Dr. Pepper and we'll
I'll
come back.
let Dr. Pepper and think about it. But
I
what
know.
was gonna say-
I know. Sorry, I know. I'll have a story for you. One of your mum's
Okay.
mates in France.
100%.
Oh yeah, Tommy's mom. Tommy's
Oh
mom
my God.
lives in the
Right,
same
tell
town
us.
as CERN, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Same town
Yeah.
as CERN.
40 minutes from CERN she lives.
CERN? No.
In
Yes.
Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
gosh. Now, to the
very-
folks who are listening who don't know what that is, explain what it is. We all know what it is. But
So CERN is the conspiracy is that at CERN is that it's opening up portals, it's bringing in interdimensional beings and all sorts of conspiracies around CERN. And what I
Yeah.
will say is my mum knows people that work at CERN.
wow.
And some of the stuff I've heard is very strange.
Oh,
and of
please tell
course-
us.
So,
Tell.
We have to tell the backstory to
Come on.
Tommy's
Yeah.
mom's friend.
Come
So
on, tell
CERN.
us, T. Tell us.
the CERN is a particle accelerator, and it's at least 17 miles underground in diameter, 17 and a half mile. So when we was all last on together, we did a Halloween special for Alienate UK. So what we all had to do was come up with 4 stories, like paranormal related. 3 of them were fake, 1 was real. And all the viewers and us that we didn't tell each other, and we all had to work out which was the real one and which were the 3 fake. So we had 12 stories in total. And then
We don't have
Tommy,
time for 12 stories, but in the comment section of people listening, let us know if you think the story that Tommy's gonna tell about CERN is true or fake.
So we teased Tommy about his mom because each one of Tommy's stories started with one of my mom's friends. One of my mom's friends.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
no,
My
you
mum's
don't
got
know-
some weird stories.
But you know the reason why he said that? He had to do that because he started telling me the true one, and it started off
Yeah.
my mum's friend.
Yeah.
So
So I
then
had
he
to
had
do that.
to do, or I'd work it out straight away. So he
Tommy,
had
that
to
reminds
start
me of
every single
This
one.
time at band camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, one time in France.
This one time in France. So my mum, she lives near CERN, but she lives like in the middle, like in this little, quite a strange village, like where a lot of weird stuff happens. So she tells me a lot of stories.
But tell us one. We'll
trying to
figure
think
out if
now.
it's fake or
I'm
real.
trying to think.
Have some more.
Okay,
and
I'll
then
tell
we'll
you.
get back
So
to it.
this was the real story. So this was the
Okay,
real one
All right.
on Alienate UK. This was the real one. So one of my mum's friends.
It just gets me every time I hear that now. Sorry.
One of my mum's friends was living in a house right next to a cemetery. And
Not a good place to live.
she's older now. This happened when she was young.
Okay.
But she would lay there at night, and she'd be laying there, and she would see people walking through her room. Right, full-bodied people, like walking through her room, and they would come in one end, out the other, and she would like watch them come through, and it would terrify. She wouldn't know what they were doing. One night, it's like there could be a few coming through in one night. One night, one stopped. This lady stopped in front of her bed, looked at her, and started talking, saying something, but the girl couldn't make out what she was saying. It wasn't French, it wasn't English, it was just like she described it as like a mumbling, but she was trying to explain something to this girl. Anyway, the girl, the spirit entity, whatever it was, gave up and carried on walking, went through the wall. And I think it was a couple of days later, the girl was walking around the cemetery, and there was a fresh grave there, just been buried. This person had just been buried, and there was a picture on the side, and it was the girl that she saw walk through her room.
Oh my gosh!
Absolutely, that is absolutely true. That story, and that lady is now a parapsychologist, so she looks into it and has carried on. She doesn't have
really affected her then.
Massively. Yeah, she doesn't have experiences now. Apparently, this was just when she was a kid, and I don't know if she's switched it off herself or my mum still knows her, and she doesn't have experiences now.
Well, I truly believe that if you live close to the graveyard or do an investigation near the graveyard, we did one not too long ago, and we were asking like, where are you coming from? And they said the graveyard, and there was 2 graveyards, but we said, what's attracting you? Why are you coming over here? The light. We had candles lit after hours. They said usually this museum closes up right at a certain time, but they said they're following the light. They were interested and attracted to the light. So what do you think, Nicole?
I haven't thought of that they follow light. We just say like, okay, well, they know that people can hear them, so they're coming on over to talk.
I think they want their stories to be told.
I've heard some psychics have told me that apparently the entities can see people that can see them.
I don't know
how true that is, but they see that person differently, and they're drawn to them.
And I think if people, they say like everybody has a gift, but if people know how to use their gift, I think what Tommy said is true, that they know that you know how to use it, and they know that you can communicate with them. So they're going to come sit down and have a chat, right? Have a Dr. Pepper.
Go to the birthday party.
Dr. Pepper at a birthday party. Perfect.
I wish I got some advertising money now.
Yeah.
We're going to have to show this episode.
We just sponsor the show.
Can I just go?
By Dr. Pepper.
Can I just go a little bit dark?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
Tommy's going to wish he never said yes.
Oh, God.
I know what you're going to say.
No.
Somebody light some sage, quick. No.
I know what you're going to say.
So when Tommy dies,
wow,
and he's passed over, is he then going to go to death day parties instead of birthday parties?
Funerals.
Oh no!
It's got to be death day party. It's not going to work.
Oh, like anniversary of the deaths.
Happy Death Day. Yeah.
Happy Death Day.
I wonder if that happens. It might be. And I'm there if it does.
Maybe people in the graveyard, they come out and dance around their grave and have a Dr. Pepper.
It's that a lot.
Sorry, I just.
It's that a lot of people in the cupboards while they're waiting to be painted. While it's crying.
I got to feel that. That's what I thought you was going to say.
No, I know you did that.
No,
I thought I'd do that bit. So, Tommy, on the Halloween bit, we got a bit further on, and Tommy went all dark and or was it the Christmas special?
It might have been the Christmas one.
A dark
Christmas one.
It was Christmas.
That was the last time
we were drawing
we did one together.
So
we did some Krampus drawings. Krampus drawings.
Yeah, okay.
They were awful.
They were amazing.
And did you use crayons or pens?
Well, I don't think anyone used anything. I think they used like tails of a dead rat. They was awful. There was 2 that were good, and that was one was. That was none.
Who came up with that idea?
It
was me.
He comes up with all the crazy ideas.
So we did and the viewers sent their drawings in as well, and we all voted for what was the best and what was the worst. And then Tommy goes, "We're just talking away." Then Tommy started talking about them pictures that you have in the house of the little girl crying or the little boy crying. It's supposed to bring bad luck back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Then Tommy just went off on a tangent and started talking about some bloke who used to lock kids in a cupboard, and they'd be stuck in the cupboard crying, and then he'd drag him out and paint them. But Tommy's line on that was, "I'm not saying what he did was right."
I'm not supporting this. I wasn't supporting it. I was just sharing facts.
And then everyone in the chat went, "Bit dark there, Tommy."
Because
Have a
it was
contest.
really late.
For the
Yes.
listeners
It was a
listening,
fun Christmas show.
why don't we do a contest to see who can do the best logo? Hey, we've got a bunch of logos on the go, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Who can
Yes.
try now? Who? I guess maybe they can try to give it a dig at everybody's logo. We got the full moon logo. We got the Alien 8 logo. Here's whoops, what have I got done here now? Let's see. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, somewhere.
yeah, there's the full moon logo.
Ooh, don't want
That's
that.
Andy's face.
That's
Who
the
can draw
PNL
Andy?
logo. There's Tommy's
Oh,
logo.
yes. Who can draw
Little
Andy?
ginger face.
No.
And there's Andy's logo. Yeah, let's do it. What are they going to win if you like it? If
Merchandise. I've got.
Andy can send him stickers.
I've got.
A
I've
Dr.
got.
Pepper.
So I've
Oh,
got.
that's so weird.
I've got a bottle opener
Dr. Pepper.
and can of Dr. Pepper and a keyring.
Okay.
Oh, good prizes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send
Okay.
them out. That's fine.
All right. So to y'all listening, whoever does the best Alien 8 logo rendition, or do you want everybody's? Do you want to try
all of them.
Tommy's too?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I got
Yeah.
stickers too, and y'all got merch you can give away.
Mhm.
Game
Awesome.
on. Where are they
Yeah.
going to post it?
Ooh, if they
Comment.
send it direct to you, and then we can check it in the and you put it up in the chat that we've got going on between us, we can go through it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll vote on there, and then
Okay.
the only
I'll
other
tell you
way is
what. If I
if-
get any, I'll put them in the comments on your teaser in the comments over there.
yes.
Then we can decide which ones. I'll say as soon as we hang up, Tommy will have his kids out now. Come on now, kids.
that's
He did. He had his kids.
that's
drop
what I
in.
did on Alien 8
That's
UK.
what I did.
All the kids
Half
done
of
a
them were
drawing.
Andy's kids.
Yeah.
Or Tommy's kids.
For people who don't know our podcast and are listening, this is just a fun podcast night. We're calling it the Paranormal Party. You're listening in on UPRN 107.7 FM New Orleans and 105.3 in the Gulf. And, I mean, there's a lot more meat to our podcast, but we're just having a little party here. We like to keep it fun and light, but I mean, for sure, we can definitely delve into different stuff on our podcast. On each of your episodes, do you have one episode that stands out in your mind?
Ooh.
Who wants to step forward first?
Any of the specials. Any of the specials. When
Christmas
us two
one.
together,
Oh,
Christmas.
When Tommy went on the dark side, that
I liked the
Dark
helium.
Side of the Moon.
Oh, the helium.
When we all
that was
did
a lot of
have
fun.
the episode on helium.
Yeah,
I
Helium.
nearly died.
that was a lot of fun. And I panicked about 2 days before. I rang Andy up.
He's
and I was like,
messaging me. He goes,
Andy?
"I'm speaking to people at work. He said you can die." I went, "All right, it's just a bit of
sure we
fun
want to do this?
Oh, so you did an episode with Helium?
on helium."
Helium and alcohol.
It was a Q&A, so we had to inhale helium every time we answered a question.
Oh, that's hilarious. And okay, do you remember what season and episode it was, so they can go back and watch it?
Was it last year? It's
That was
only
last
year.
Christmas. Not this Christmas.
If you
this
go on
one.
Alien 8 UK and search helium, it comes up because that's what you titled it.
Alien UK Helium. Okay.
Andy will call me up and say, we're doing a show. You need helium, alcohol. And
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
That was like one of those COVID shows. I think everybody
Yeah.
were mixing drinks and stuff on those
Oh, yeah.
shows, right?
Yeah.
It was Christmas 2023.
Christmas 2023.
Christmas special helium answers. It's
The
a guess.
helium.
Yeah.
Fun.
Nearly killed ourselves doing that one.
Yes, we did.
That's the
I was going to
dedication.
do it. I was going to do it straight from the canister, and them two have got balloons to fill up. And I did it practicing in the afternoon, and some metal thing shot across the room, hit the radiator. But if I'd have done that at the back of my throat,
Oh, can you imagine, man?
Oh,
Nice.
were you taking it right out of the tank, or what did you have?
Yeah, he was trying to blow his lung out.
I found some balloons, so I used them.
It's a dangerous show. It can get dangerous.
I had bad headaches. And then we did
do serious shows, serious
we did a
interviews.
Sambuca.
Yeah,
So
we like to have fun. You
you
gotta
have
keep it
to-
fun. Otherwise you go
you-
bonkers, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every 3 months we do one which is more
Oh.
fun than the rest.
Camera zoned in and out again. I think it's
Yeah.
that thing it wants to talk to us again in your alien in the bottle.
Ready?
Alienate.
Light up.
Oh, it's got lights.
Oh, look at that.
So
There you go.
Ooh. See, look.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Maybe you should ask it a question and see if it does it again.
Now they said that the other day, didn't they, when we did the show?
Talk to
Nicole,
it and see what happens.
yesterday. Are you alive? Can you move?
If that smashes, that would be incredible.
And
I
watch
hope
one of
not.
their arms move or something.
It's got plugs underneath. It doesn't want to be doing that.
Oh,
Now show everybody your new tattoo. Your
Yes.
ride or die tattoo.
There you
Ask-
go.
that's
no, we
cool,
have
man.
to know what do
And
the runes
there's-
mean.
Oh, there's
What
the
do the
other.
runes
Oh,
mean?
there's more. Okay.
So I've got a
Oh,
big
look.
spot on that finger.
Why the middle finger? Why Bigfoot on the middle finger? Come on.
I should have had it the
Is
other
that
way
for
around.
Tommy? Is that
It should
So
have been
he can
that
so
way.
he can show me Bigfoot when I ask him what his runes mean because he doesn't know.
I wrote him down. I wrote him down.
you read runes, Nicole?
Wealth, prosperity, strength, luck, good luck, and some. Yeah, it's all positive. So
You
Yeah,
think
you
they're
gotta
all
keep
positive.
it fun.
Yeah, one of
Sometimes
my
it's
friends.
best with you.
Gotta keep
One of
it
my
freaky,
friends
right,
said-
Tommy? Show us
Yeah.
your tattoos, Tommy.
I've got one. I've actually
What?
got one.
Hold it
The,
close.
wi-
What is it?
the wife's
the
name.
wife's name.
Aw.
Aww.
Done that after 3 months of being together. We're mental.
Did she tie you down to do that, or?
Then he had to marry her.
Yeah, no choice. Scarred for life, man. But I'd like to get a sleeve. I do want a Bigfoot sleeve. Or,
Oh,
you
that'd
know.
be awesome. You should get a sleeve with some of your characters on your logo. That'd be
Yes.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bench guy.
sure. One of my friends has got Chinese symbols tattooed on his arm, and he doesn't know what they are. He doesn't know what they say. I was like, what's that
You know
mean,
what
man? He's
they
like,
are?
I don't actually
Egg
know.
drop soup.
Nicole, what
I-
do you think the
Seriously.
nursing homes are going to be like in the future? Like when they, or like some of the apparitions are going to be coming down the hall with like a cigarette and a sleeve and everything, you know? There's going to be some
I
strange
can't
spirits.
Every time I see it, it's like, why are there always ghosts from like the Victorian era and never ghosts from like the 80s?
I agree. Like, why don't you see somebody looking like Madonna or Cindy Lauper or something like that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why is that? What's your theory?
I don't know. I think we do, but it's just
Mhm.
not as common because a lot of places that we're going into that are
Are old?
haunted are old.
Right.
Mhm.
I think you're
Or
right. Yeah.
what we perceive as real people could be full body apparitions, and we're not
Yes.
noticing
Yeah.
that they're not real.
I
Because
think
I've
that.
seen full body apparitions that look solid, like talking to you guys now.
Mhm.
And what were they wearing though?
Jeans. One had jeans on and a white t-shirt. It looked like an 8-9-year-old boy. And he ran downstairs and got into the kitchen. So I got up to see who it was. There's no one there. Like,
Interesting.
going out for a walk. Bye. We're out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That was
But
freaky.
now, Tommy, you saw an older guy. He looked kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
like William Shakespeare.
yes,
So when I call him William Shakespeare, it wasn't William Shakespeare, but he looked like that,
right, that era.
from that era.
Yeah.
But I always say, if I saw him on a park bench, like so for example, like
Mhm.
I wouldn't think ghost. I would,
guy.
yeah, bench guy. I wouldn't think ghost. I would think like that dude's going to a fancy dress party or something because he was solid. He was
Yeah.
like as solid as we are now. It was just because it was the fact that it was in my room, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it was,
Right.
and obviously scared out of me.
It wasn't
Have you seen him
1245,
since,
was it?
Tommy? Oh, have you seen him since?
No, I only saw him the one time in my house.
No?
I did see another, what I would say, ghost in that house.
Yeah.
I was in my mum and dad's bedroom and I saw a blonde naked lady walk past me, full bodied. And it was
Your
definitely
wife?
a
I'm sure it
blonde.
wasn't your wife.
No, this is going back to when I was like 10. And I thought it was my mum. So I'm
What?
talking to this thing
Tommy
going,
fell
Mum,
asleep watching
didn't-
HBO.
yeah. If it happened now, I'd be like, whoa. But
You
this was-
know?
So this is around the time when
I
you saw
don't
the
remember.
Shakespeare dude, right?
So I thought it was my mum. So I've literally gone into so this thing had walked into the bathroom, my mum and dad's bathroom, and I just started talking to it, mum, thinking it's my mum. Walked into the bathroom, and there was nothing there. So I've run downstairs, and my mum's there fully clothed, and I'm like, Mum, did you just walk past? Obviously, she didn't, and she's like, No, it wasn't me. But I saw a full-bodied blonde lady walk past me.
But what other stuff happened in the room that you're in now?
What's that? Sorry.
So what else have you had happen in the room that you're in now?
In this room, I've heard weird noises. Got a weird vibe every now and again. There was one night, very strange night, where when my girls were still in this room and they had their bunk beds right here, this area, I slept on the floor one night because they were having a bad night. They weren't sleeping, and I said, "I'll come and sleep on the floor." And I remember laying on the floor and sort of looking out into the hallway. And this sounds wild, but I saw like a head just sort of appear, just like a floating head. And what's really strange is I wasn't like scared, which is very strange. I wasn't
Nicole,
thinking.
Do you have any equipment we can do like an impromptu investigation in 5 minutes? Pull out your gear, spirit box, death rod.
I've got a pendulum.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
I've got a thing that Tommy should do.
Mhm.
So his seance for William Shakespeare, not say "Are you here?" should say "To be or not to be."
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new one joining. Hello. She's come in with that spirit box equipment. Do you have any equipment though, Tommy?
I don't actually know. I don't have any equipment. I don't really do
Nicole,
investigations.
have you ever
myself.
done that with him? Like a live investigation at Tommy's house?
Oh, we should do that.
I have
Let's
not.
do that.
We did a Estes session and did the spirit box on the show one day. And
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting.
Was it in that room that he was in, or?
No, it was with Andy. I don't think Tommy was on that day.
Let's okay.
Oh,
Nobody got
yeah.
any gear we can do it? Check Tommy's room real quick.
I have necro.
I'm
Yeah,
scared now.
let's try
I'm
that.
scared.
I'm gonna turn my spirit box on and see what I get. I don't have my gear here. It's all in the bedroom with my husband.
I'm going to mute my mic so there's no interference.
What you doing?
What was that?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Tommy asked a question.
If there's anyone in this room with me now, can you give us a sign?
Wait, did it say Tommy?
It said Tommy.
Don't.
It said Tommy. Tommy. I've got my spirit talker. Leo is here. Tommy. His name is.
Did it say Tommy?
It said
did.
Tommy on.
That girl said Tommy. Ask another question to spirit talker.
If you're here, can you knock on a can you knock on a wall or show yourself in any way? Why am I saying that? Because that will scare the crap out of me.
It said yeah.
Said no. To the ghost of the house, to the non-living in Tommy Cullum's house. Go talk to Tommy. Tell us about Doomed.
Oh, great.
Can I ask a question?
Cheers, Jen.
Hold on. The ghost of my house. Go talk to the ghost of Tommy's house. Who is there? Ava? Ava in Tommy's house or my house?
Yes.
Yes. Sit and listen.
Can you move Tommy's can of Dr. Pepper?
If it does that, I'm going to get angry.
Tommy, ask another frequent.
Can you tilt your camera to point at it?
Hang on. If I can't, but can I? There's no point me holding
Sounds
it.
like it said Dr.
I will follow you.
Can you see the Dr. Pepper can now?
So
Right,
I
leave
will
it there.
follow you.
So if that, no, please don't.
It said frequent. It moves your pepper frequently and it follows you.
See, this is why I don't do this sort of thing.
What did Necro just say? Necro just said Tommy?
Tommy again.
See, so hang on. So this is what I find so interesting about the voice box. How is it saying my name?
It knows who you are.
That just blows
So
my mind.
Necrophonics doesn't have access to the microphone or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did
shouldn't be,
talk
like,
to other
taking-
people who say they pull stuff from your phone and that, but
Mm-hmm.
you do know, Tommy. But I mean, you can't. If I like dowsing rods better than this kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
Great.
It's lies, meaning that what we just said about the apps being fake are lies. Are the apps true?
I
Take
think you kind
photo.
of take
It said take photo. Okay, I'm gonna take
Okay.
a picture. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
On three, I want you to appear with
Shoot.
Tommy. 1, to the ghosts in Tommy's house. Please appear with Tommy. 1, 2, 3. Let me look at the picture. and see.
anything.
Do you know what's wild? Because this, obviously, we all do a paranormal podcast. Is there anything there?
Not yet. No.
And I've had a lot of experience, as you guys know. I've experienced quite a lot when it comes to the paranormal. It does scare me a lot. I can't lie.
Wait.
It still scares me.
There's something weird going on in
Oh my gosh, Jen, what are you doing to me?
my house, not your house.
Okay, it's okay. What's that?
But the paranormal scares you, you say?
It does scare
Now,
me. Yeah.
now you know it said take photo a second ago. That just disappeared, Nicole. It's not on my Nicole. It's not on my Spirit Talker no more. It disappeared.
Tommy, can you just
I
move your
saw
head
it.
to the left? Oh,
Yep.
No, I could see that, but I wasn't sure if it was a sticker or there's something behind you.
That's is that the alien face?
Yeah.
It's an alien face. Oh, nearly
Yeah.
fell. Yeah. Oh man.
Non-living. Now you can leave Tommy's house, please.
Yeah,
He doesn't-
please. Thank you.
Yes, you talk to them, Tommy, because
I've got my Bible here.
it's all about intent, Tommy. You
Mhm.
talk to him.
Yep. If you're in this house and you're not welcome, please leave now. Thank you.
Only love and light are allowed in Tommy's house. And I know the
100%.
naysayers are like, oh, love and light. But hey, any evil or negative or dark entities are not allowed in Tommy's house.
Mhm.
Or
See, you guys you talk to them so nicely. I'm like, nope, you can't stay here. GTFO.
Yeah.
okay, it said it's tapping. Tapping.
You had tapping a bit ago. Remember
Yeah,
that vibrating on your desk?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was a very loud tap, 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 tap.
Wasn't that in the afternoon? You and the missus was at home.
No, that was another time. But there was a night I just finished editing or whatever I was doing, and
That
there
was
was
it.
a really loud tapping in this room, and I was like, something must have fallen and it's bouncing. That's what I thought.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm looking around and there's nothing there, and it stopped. But it went on for quite a while, and it was just like as if something was tapping my desk. Very strange.
Was
And
it
I was
the non-living tapping on Tommy's desk? We'll keep it.
Andy, you're gonna have to bring your equipment when you go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should
Oh,
do it
yeah,
another
I've
time,
got-
something like this. I'd like
2K2
to go to your
meters.
house.
Got digital and one with the lights. I'm going to take dowsing rods, a couple of pendulums.
Yeah, the
Um,
dowsing rods don't lie, I don't think. I mean,
I had
Sure.
a cat ball, but the battery went. But I've got this, which is out of a toy.
what is it?
It's out of a cat ball, but there we go.
Not in ball.
Okay, yeah.
It's just the inside bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that. I've got EMF meters, digital
You know,
recorders.
we could do a session. We could go live one day and do like spirit box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I think y'all should do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, we
Like
could
what we
do
did
that on.
yesterday session.
Oh no, we can do them as specials on a Friday for the members.
Suffering, it said. Somebody's suffering?
Oh my gosh.
I have the transcend app
May
running
I
right now.
touch you? Who would you like to touch? May I touch you? Anybody in particular?
Go on.
That is important.
Military.
Hmm.
I used to work at Veterans Affairs. Are you referring to me? Dancing. You're dancing. People just say sometimes they throw out, random
The lady
stuff.
screams at night.
The lady screams at night.
Nicole?
I don't
Oh.
They have a screaming lady.
there. It says there.
There.
There. Not here, there.
Passed.
No screaming ladies here.
I'm
That'll
going
be
to say
Tommy
goodbye
later.
to the spirit
It's
box.
probably me. Yeah. Hopefully.
We got Tommy all scared now. I'm sorry.
I'm actually scared. I'm
Oh,
actually
are
genuinely
we?
scared.
Here, look. Here's some.
You're me.
We'll give you some love and light over
Oh,
here.
yeah. Send it over.
Rainbows and
Send it over. So there is spells in my house where there seems to be a lot of activity. And obviously I find it super interesting. It bugs me when like it starts scaring the kids and stuff. That's when I'm like, no, whatever this is has got to go. And I feel like with that intention, it does work. I feel like you do get rid of stuff.
But
Because
everything is about intention. I mean,
Yes.
do you sage before and after, or do some kind of protection stuff
I don't
before and
say.
after?
No, I don't. I like pray. Like I say, like
Okay.
I
Yeah.
pray, and for me that works. Like that, I feel like that works.
Have
The
you set
touch-
boundaries with it? Like really firm boundaries? Like you can do this. You cannot scare the kids. You cannot
Mhm.
just say it
Yeah.
out loud.
I even if something's like friendly, I don't know if I want it here. Do you know? I know that's you know. But,
Well, you don't want to scare your children, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
Now
does
and again.
scare- Yeah, and if they deserve it, then yeah. But I
In
mean,
a funny way, not in a spooky
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have another paranormal party and do a little bit more investigation at Tommy's house.
Yes.
But for the folks tuning in, we're down at the 56-minute mark. Who wants to go first on giving their shout outs to? Let me see. I can pull it up on stage. Everybody's pointing.
Start with Tommy.
Is it Tommy?
Yeah,
So-
start with Tommy.
I'll
So
pull up your link tree.
thank you. So Tommy Cullum's Let's Get Freaky podcast, where wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Normally two shows a week. And yeah, if you've got a paranormal experience and you'd like to share it, anyone is welcome on the show. Would love to talk to you.
Yeah, we're really glad to have you back on the show, Tommy. Everybody loves Let's Get
Pleasure.
Freaky.
Thank
Getting
you.
freaky with the Dr. Pepper.
New sponsor.
That would be a great sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
Just need to send them this show and then be like, look, you need to sponsor.
Is Andy's turn?
Andy.
So Andy Decodes, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Got rid of TikTok. Don't use Snapchat. Use Podbean. So when we do the show on a Wednesday and Friday, download the audio and re-upload it onto Podbean, so you can get us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and whatever podcast player that you listen to. And then Alienate UK. And if anyone wants to contact me with any information, you can just email andy@alienate.uk. Simple as that.
Love it. And Nicole is next.
Yeah, so I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Find us on Full Moon. We have a website. We have email. If you know anywhere that you would like investigated or you have any questions, want to come to one of our events, check us out.
Everybody, give a shout out to your fans. I know they all love you guys. You want to start giving some shout outs to your fans?
I'm going to give a shout out to my team, Lisa, Susan, and Stephanie, because they're awesome.
Awesome possum. Yeah.
The Full Moon.
Oh,
Shout out to the Full Moon girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a shout out to some of the listeners that I've gone out investigating with. So we've got Alex Lovelock, Simon Riley, can't believe I forgot his name. Darren, Baby with a Laser,
1 minute mark.
Fire Spirit, Wayne. Who?
So faster.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Tommy at some point
Elaine,
this
we
year.
got Elaine.
Tommy!
Elaine at Rendlesham, Alex Lovelock, yeah. Rendlesham, Cannock Chase.
He's one of these guys
Wherever.
at the Oscars where you got to put the music on.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy,
There you
go. Your turn.
I want to give a shout out to Dr. Pepper and also to the Freaky fam who continue to support the show. Thank you. We love you all.
Everybody,
Oh.
thanks.
I've got one more shout out to Sue,
Uh-oh.
Tommy's mum, because she
Yeah.
listens to all the shows.
Bunch
Love you,
more,
Mum.
Sue.
Love you, Mum. Thank you.
Love you, Tommy's mom.
They're coming on. He said she's
She's coming
coming on
on.
at some point.
Yeah.
We
So
got to sort that out. Yeah.
Thanks so much for y'all being on the show. It was a fun paranormal party. We got to do it again. Everybody
100%.
follow Tommy Cullum at Let's Get Freaky Podcast, Andy at Alienate UK, and Nicole at Full Moon Paranormal. Let's leave you with a bit of music. Here we go.
Playing,